3 bags, which do you believe is best on our environment? We have a reusable bag starting off, a plastic bag in the middle, and finally a paper bag. If you guessed the reusable bag or the paper bag, that is the exact same guess I would have made a week ago. However, the answer is much more complicated than that. All 3 of these bags are both helpful and harmful for the environment, and it's up to both us as consumers and stores to make sure we are taking care of each of the 3 different types. Stores should seek out alternative solutions to plastic bags, such as paper bags and reusable bags. And stores should also encourage recycling in their facilities by having recycling bins in other areas around them. In this speech, I hope to spread awareness on the 3 different types of bags and their effects, and I also hope to encourage you to go green both on campus and off campus. Without further ado, let me introduce you to plastic bags. These are notorious for being terrible for the environment, but the exact reason can often be missed on people. To start off, plastic bags are damaging in the sense that we create 600 billion of them globally. According to Sharon Jacobson of the lacounty.gov, the world as a whole produces 600 billion bags every single year. In the United States, we produce 100 billion of that. That is 1/6 already that is just happening here in the United States. If that wasn't bad enough, it takes plastic bags 300 years to fully decompose into the earth. To give you an idea of how bad that is, I want you to take a look around whatever room you're in right now and see how many plastic items you can just spot with your eye. I know in my room I can already spot 5, 6, 8, 9, a lot of plastic items, and I'm sure there are a lot in your room as well. All of the plastic items you see is a small fraction of how much plastic there is in the world as a whole. So plastic was popularized in the 1940s, and that means that every piece of plastic that's ever been made still exists today on Earth, and it's going to exist today well beyond my time and yours. It's a scary thought to think that we're making 600 billion of these things, and they won't be leaving the Earth for another 300 years. So I could talk about the problems with plastic all day, but I do want to move on to the other bags, which would be paper and reusable. So to start off, paper and reusable bags do prevent pollution, since plastic bags end up in a number of the coastlines, according to David Evans of the Plastic.Education. Paper and reusable bags also reduce global warming, since plastic bags create carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere, and plastic bags are made with oil, which is a non-renewable resource, so it's very important we do limit the amount of plastic bags we have in the environment as a whole. However, as great as plastic and paper bags are, they don't come without their problems. Paper bags alone are often single-use, which means that people buy their groceries, they use them once, and then they throw them away, whereas plastic bags are often reused by people. Since paper bags are single-use, they end up taking more space in landfills than plastic bags due to their size, and they're not able to crumple up as easily as as plastic bags. Also, paper bags decompose around the same time as plastic bags, which doesn't make sense since that was the issue that paper bags were supposed to overcome with plastic bags, is that they're paper, they can decompose. But unfortunately, they both take hundreds of years to end up fully decomposing. But there can't be any problems with reusable bags, right? Because these are ending up in landfills. These are in our homes, and they're being used constantly. Well, unfortunately this year, it's brought a lot of attention to reusable bags and the dangers that can come with them. According to Dennis Hoey of the Press-Herald, reusable bags have been banned from a lot of stores since they could potentially spread COVID-19. An important thing about reusable bags is you're supposed to wash them, or else they could have germs and bacteria on them, and that could get on your food. While it's nice to help the environment, you should also be watching your own health by washing these things. If you don't wash them, you could have a potential carrier of COVID on your case. Now, that doesn't mean go in your house and throw away every reusable bag. There are solutions that I'm going to get to soon, but those are the major issues. But the one that sticks out to me most is how to actually make these bags. The reason we have so many plastic bags is because they're easy, they're cheap, and they're quick to make. The other two require a bit more resources, both man-made resources and natural. To best display this, there is a graph behind me you can't currently see, but don't worry, we're getting there. And it's going to show you exactly how many plastic bags can be made for the price of one of these paper or reusable bags. To start off with, we have our paper bag, and you would need to make 3 plastic bags to make up for the resources that the paper bag takes up. So already we're looking at 1,000 paper bags equal 3,000 plastic bags. When you're trying to get these put into every store, that's not a great starting point, even with the increase in price. But the real abuser is unfortunately the reusable bag. While these are my favorite to use, they end up taking up a lot of resources. For you to actually get your environmental monies back, you need to use it 11 times worth, which is a lot of bags. To put this into an even better perspective, one of these plastic bags would result in all of these from both the paper and the reusable, which is a lot of bags if you end up just using them one time. I know the one from World Market I haven't used 11 times. I've used other bags, but that's just one example on how I'm personally wasting all of this. And that's exactly what this graph back here shows, which I can now reveal. That you end up wasting a lot if you don't end up actually reusing the bags. Now, I do want to show, this is a picture I took, this is a picture that I took in Meyer today of a sign that says, refrain from using reusable bags. So that does show that some of these bags are being banned in places, but for different reasons than just they're bad for the environment. Moving on. I did ask a lot of you in the audience questions about this topic before I got into it. And I will admit, before I got into this, I had a different perspective on this entirely. It was your answers and a little research that truly changed my mind on some things, and I do have to thank you for that. To start off with, I asked, what do you do with plastic bags from the grocery store? To my surprise, 100% of you either reuse or recycle them. That is amazing. I was imagining at least 60% maybe reuse, but no, every single student said that they reuse their bags or they recycle them. Some of the answers I got were, I reuse them as garbage bags in the dorm because that's what I did at home. And I think that is a great way to start, is using your roots to sort of, recycle and take care of the earth better. Another example was, I reuse them while walking my dog. And while these bags can be reused as plastic bins or recycling bin, fillers, they can also be used for pets or other uses. Moving on, I asked another question. Do you believe an alternative to plastic bags is needed? This is where we were a little more divided, but we all agreed that there was indeed a problem. We just don't have the answers yet. And I am with you there. I know that this is all an issue, and I don't have an exact answer, but I think I do know a good area to start. One answer that really stuck with me was that, yes, this is an issue, but sometimes the plastic bags are easier and more practical. Not everyone can afford the alternative. This is a great point, and part of the issue is with what I'm going to get into soon, which is New York. When they created these plastic bag bans, a lot of the homeless people were sort of discriminated because they reuse plastic bags and they don't cost anything. Paper bags and reusable bags are just not an affordable option for some people, and we have to accept that. All this being said, I would like to discuss ways that you can personally go green both on and off campus. So, when making the switch, it's very important to recycle. On Marion's campus, they have on their website listed that all dining locations have a recycling bin and that they heavily encourage trayless dining. So if you haven't had dinner yet, maybe consider going without a tray. Also, if you don't know where to recycle your bags, you can go on the site called Recycle Search, which states exactly where you can recycle your bags. I have listed here 3 locations that are very close to Marion, and that is the Heritage Materials Management, Indianapolis Recycled Fiber, and the Indianapolis Recycles Drop-Off site. If you want to go to any of these, all you have to do is look it up on the site Recycle Search. In conclusion, I believe that stores should seek an alternative solution to single-use plastic bags, such as paper bags or reusable bags. I also believe that stores should encourage recycling in their stores by having recycling areas within the facility. I hope that this speech helped you figure out exactly what bag suits you best, both as a reuser and a recycler. I hope you all have a good luck on finals, and hopefully I can see you at the recycling center. See you, Knights!